Hey everyone, Dr. Shado here, and yeah, I still have that content ID thing under dispute, so I still can't upload videos longer than 15 minutes, so I still can't upload any of my reviews from my backlog onto my YouTube. You know the drill. Huh. But also, it is technically still New Year's Day where I'm at, so I can still just drink all I like. Huh. Well, I don't really drink to get drunk anyway. But technically speaking, this is my third beer today. Woo. That's crazy. Waited hours between them, but never mind all the pesky little details. Also had some whiskey chocolates. Those are nice. But, yeah, I gotta think of something to talk about. I had something to talk about, I knew it, and then I started drinking. Oops. But, yeah, there's I didn't have anything even blog-like to post last week, but it's just because everything was just insane over here. And I still have some stuff that I've been on the roster of shit to do that I still have to get done. And fortunately, it isn't due for about a week, but still, I'd like to get it done within the next day if I can, just because I've got so much other shit to do with doing the next review, and it's one of those points where I was so down to the wire with getting the last one out on time, because everything that could go wrong was going wrong with how efficiently it was getting done. I lament in the beginning of the review about not having a Surface Pro and not being able to do things as efficiently as I want. And that's really a kicker for me, because when I was living by myself, I didn't have to worry about anyone else's time or anyone else doing anything in the room I was working in. I was alone. The only one I had to worry about fucking around was me. So I could be very efficient in the writing and editing and all that, and I actually got to a point where I was a week ahead in my reviews, and that was a really nice spot to be in, and I've been wanting to get back there, and you'd think the fact that I'm no longer working at Kroger, I could probably actually do that, but it's been hell, because every time I try and get a little time, something else happens, and shit slips further back, and I was really, really worried that I was not going to be able to get this review out on time, because the Christmas review was going okay. I had watched the movie, I had started the scripting phase, and I was having to finish the scripting phase, and then the girl's grandmother came over for the holidays, Christmas into New Year's, and she was staying here, and she does not like horror movies, and she trumps all. So I had to try and figure out some way I was going to finish scripting and editing and everything without her ever hearing my work, while my work was positioned, because she couldn't go upstairs. Effectively, I was 3 feet from her bed. And it was just... I was getting to the point where I was just staying up long all night, because just here on my own with the girls and their mother, I mean, yeah, in order to do stuff with them, it's better for me to be up during the day. But if I'm up all night when no one else is, then I'm kind of back to the position I was living by myself, where I just so happen to have all this time to myself to do whatever the hell I wanted. And all I have to worry about is me distracting myself. And therefore I could get to work on everything fine. What I'd like with a Surface extremely portable computer is just go the fuck up to my room, just work on my script and what have you. And with something that doubles as a tablet, also, it would be very nice to not have to print out every fucking script and just have it to the side as a PDF right there, or whatever. That just have it easily readable. Things like that, things that I think are extremely handy to have, especially when after, this is now my third year doing this, and after so long printing out scripts, I've been in this house for a year, and the whole time I've had to print out scripts. After so long printing and buying printer paper, buying ink, all this stuff, you get to the point where you're like, you know what? A tablet would be cheaper. But, on that note, I'm looking for something compatible, and that I'm the kind of guy, I like to buy something that I will be able to use for the next 5 years for shit I haven't even thought of yet. And when I was first looking at tablets, when I first thought of getting tablets because printing shit out was too fucking expensive, I came to the conclusion that most all the tablets available were just not worth the price to me. You had your everythings, which I was not already invested in the Apple ecosystem, so I had no reason to start, and they were really expensive for my price range. But then they had the Kindle Fire, and I was like, oh, there's a cheap tablet. That's an interesting one. I'll take a look at that. And yeah, feature-wise, the first generation Kindle Fire, the first tablet version of the Kindle e-reader, feature-wise, that thing really sucked. So, I have all this shit going. It's the middle of the night and shit's still going on. Damn it. What are you doing, Tara? I wouldn't mind if Chibi would just run in here and jump on my lap. People would like that. That's an interruption no one would mind that much. Chip chip! Chippy chip 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 chip! Chippity! Chippy! Come on, chip chip! Come on, chip chip! Hey, Jibbers! Hey, chip chip chip! How you doing? Yeah, I smell like beer. I smell like beer. You want some beer? Yeah, you don't want beer. It's okay, Tara. It's just Chibi. Tara's sitting on the couch right there. She's like, you are? Don't look at me like that. And, yeah. So, yeah, I've been, with all the crap that got in the way with having to, well, one of the things that I was doing to try and be able to do anything was I was using my headset that I would use for my recording of Let's Plays, and I was using that to you have some audio cues of what the fuck I was working on while working on that, and unfortunately it had a long fucking cord for some reason. I don't know. It would be very handy if I ever needed to record a voiceover while 10 feet from my computer. But other than that, I had no idea why I would ever need a cord of that length. But it was long enough to drag on the ground and loop around and tangle in my chair wheels and the swivels and all that stuff, and end up getting stuck to where I ended up, while trying to remove it, it pulled too much and snapped the cords, and it's completely fucking broken now. And it's one of the things that very depressing when you're making $25 a month, when you're like, you know what, I can't fucking afford to fix any of this. I had a real bad scare when I accidentally, very recently, left my cell phone in my pants pocket and then started the wash. And I realized that after I left the garage, and I was like, okay, I better set the alarm on my phone so I know when to go get it and put it in the dryer. What the fuck's my phone? Oh, shit. And, yeah, it was directly under the stream where the water was coming down, turning itself on and off and everything, and I pulled the battery out and dabbed it down with paper towels, then threw it in a bag of rice. And after a couple of days, it recovered. Then I found out that a lot of those games on the Google Store, a lot of the free-to-play ones that require an internet connection to run, do not use cloud-based saves. Which really makes me wonder why the fuck they require that internet connection at all fucking times. And, these are games that, free to play. They hit you up for money at every step of the way if you want to have these premium content here, that, there, the nickel and dime you to death games that I don't pay a fucking cent for because broke as shit. I can't do that. And, I was just thinking, I'm really fucking happy I never spent any money on this, because if I had spent, like, on the one game that I got, Elemental Kingdoms, one of the rewards for... There are certain cards you can only get as rewards, and these rewards are based on purchased gems. Gems that you get, the paid currency gems that you get from any means other than buying them don't count towards these rewards. You have to buy them. The absolute minimum you have to spend to get the top-end card, absolute minimum, it's like $260, I think. I can't quite remember exactly, but that's the number that's coming up. It was something along those lines. Think if I had spent that much for that little piece of shit card, and then there's a slight blip on my phone, and I had to reset it and find out that, hey, when they took my money, but they're not giving me my fake little card, that'd be a lot more aggravating. But, at least it allowed me to gain perspective on certain games that I was playing and figure out that most of them weren't any fun, and I'm not anxious to get to the same point I did for just fucking around with it every day for so many months. It's like, fuck it. Fuck doing that again. So, yeah. I've got the other games that I'm doing that with. Elemental Kingdoms looks like one that if I lose all my progress, I'll be like, fuck it. I'm not going back to that. Yeah. I did get something for Christmas. I got footwear. I got from the girl's grandmother. She got me house shoes. And from their mother, I got boots. Yay. New boots. Because my old boots were falling the fuck apart and I couldn't afford to replace them. I'm really happy with my videos. I'm really happy with the fact that I have fans, and you really seem to like my stuff. And if you don't, you tell me, and you're usually pretty respectful about it. At least my fans are respectful about it. General people who just drop by to tell me that I have my head squarely up my ass usually aren't, but I don't really think that they count as fans. But, YouTube, you expect stuff like that. But, yeah, it's just... I personally view the thing that I've always wanted the most in life is freedom, and I've chosen this video production as something that I like doing, that I want to be able to survive off of, and things are looking like they may actually go that way, and I'm very happy about that, but they're not there yet, and my monetary situation is to the point where I'm currently stretched so thin, I really am just unable to have any kind of extra expenditure, and that's just extremely depressing for me, as I want freedom and I feel like I don't have it in that regard, and it's frustrating. But it's all the time I have, even though I have plenty more rant to come. But Happy New Year and stuff.